Hey guys, it's George. It was the 2022 Melon Music Awards the other day, and the red carpet, she was interesting. We had groups who need to give their stylist a raise, and we have groups that need to rethink their styling team ASAP. If you are a regular viewer, you already know the drill, but if you're new here, hi, hello. Let me explain how this works. I've got all of the red carpet looks here on my laptop. We're gonna go through, break down, unpack all the details, and then I'll be scoring each group out of 10 yellow hearts. Give us some gold. It's award show season. If you want to learn more about my fashion background, that's left in the description box. Let's jump into the first group. I usually start these reviews with a trend section. However, I didn't really pick up on any major trends at this red carpet, so I'm not going to do it just for the sake of it. So we're going to jump straight into the first group, which is I-DLE. This slaps. This is cohesive. It's sexy. It's balanced, but there's still a sophistication and an elegance to their looks. Minnie, Suyeon, and Shuha are all in the longer cut dresses, and then we have Miyeon and Yuki in the shorter cuts. And what I like about Minnie and Yuki's is that they're both backless, but they're giving us different lengths. But having those two backless cuts, it creates cohesion within the group. Minnie, Miyeon, and Yuki, they all have that feather/fur trim on their dresses. Miyeon has it around the neck, highlighting the clavicle. Yuki has it on the cuffs of her long sleeve dress, and then Minnie has it around the neck. If I'm honest, I really don't like it on Minnie's dress. I don't think it's needed. And where Miyeon and Yuki are in those shorter cuts, and they both have that feathered fur trim, it creates balance. We didn't really need it on Minnie's. Minnie's, for me, it kind of looks like an afterthought, and I think having that clean neckline would have really just been so much better for the sexy lines of the dress. Also, if I'm being really picky, which I usually am, I would like to remove Miyeon's necklace just because we have that beautiful off-the-shoulder cut, the feathers, the clavicle. I don't feel like we need it. Keep it about this detail here. But other than that, just everything is beautiful. The neckline of Suyeon off the shoulder, and then that V-line strap coming in, it emulates the shape of Shuha's neckline, and she's got that beautiful pleated detail across the bust. It's just so elegant, but there's a sexiness. It's so, so good. This is 9.5 yellow hearts from me. Enhypen, I'm a bit disappointed by this, if I'm honest. Please let me explain why. At the 2021 MMAs, Enhypen were my best dressed. They absolutely slayed last year's award show season. And to compare this set of looks to all of the looks that they gave us last year, this is just very simple and it's very classic, which is the complete opposite side of the spectrum of the looks that they were giving us last year. It's a nice set of looks. Don't get me wrong, it's very cohesive. Each member has a different cut of jacket, a different style of collar and lapel, and then there is a silky satiny fabric that's been used in different styles on each member's jacket, whether that's a contrast lapel, whether it's been used as edging, whether it's been used as an actual panel through the jacket like on Heesung's, but it still just reads incredibly classic. When we look back at their MMA 2021 look, it was perfection. It was slick. It was youthful. Whereas this look is a lot more mature. At last year's MMAs, Enhypen gave us these incredibly contemporary boxy silhouettes, and they had baby pink Swarovski crystals. Come on. At SBS Gay de Jeune, Enhypen gave us these beautiful slick blazers that had varsity details. At the Asia Artist Awards, we got these really insane wide cut silhouettes, and the jackets were just beautiful. It was like a varsity jacket and a blazer, did the ting, had a baby. Such a sick set of looks. And then at the 36th Golden Disc Awards, their looks had a similar vibe to what we're getting here at the 2022 Melon Music Awards. However, I feel like they were more youthful and contemporary because of the layering and the cuts. This is definitely a more mature vibe, and why are we so mature all of a sudden? We're still a very young group with these contemporary songs, contemporary styling, so for me it just doesn't kind of add up. This is 7 yellow hearts. Still a nice set of looks, but totally unexpected. Moving on to a group who seriously need to reconsider their styling team, we have IVE. If you've seen my Fact Music Awards red carpet review, you would have seen that I wasn't a fan of IVE's red carpet look then either. I felt like there was a lack of cohesion. I was left confused. I thought IVE were going to kill the red carpet. Well, guess what? This set of looks has left me even more confused and is even less cohesive. Like, oh my God, literally in that video I said, I hope we get to see better looks from the girls this red carpet season. I don't know if I jinxed them. I feel like every two members has a completely different vibe going on. Wonyoung, Youjin in the center. They look like they're about to go clubbing. And then you have Liz and Yeol that look like they're going to a corporate office. Ray and Liso, their looks are just very confusing. Ray's look, she's giving us the office vibes on top. And then the skirt and the shoe is giving us the clubbing vibe. And I know we can argue she's got the chain print on the skirt. It ties into the embellishment on Youjin's look. But that's the only thing that ties together here. And then Liso, she just sticks out like a sore thumb because she's the only member that's in white, the only member that has an A-line cut, and the only member that's wearing an exposed boot. Just nothing works together. Nothing comes together and shows like a cohesive front as a group. And I just don't feel like any of these looks are actually appropriate for the red carpet. So the styling team needs to be massively reconsidered, especially after the Fact Music Awards when they had shoes that were far too big. At least this time we have shoes that actually fit the members. But still, this is 4 out of 10 yellow hearts from me. This is a shambles. On a more positive note, TXT in AMI Paris, 10 yellow hearts. This is insane. Just like the Fact Music Awards, TXT are here to slay, and Rakta, their style director, has done an incredible job with these looks. This set of looks is contemporary menswear that is just perfect for the red carpet, and it's perfect for this group. Their age, their image, like everything just lines up. And that's why it's just a chef's kiss moment. The balance of these looks is just spot on. We have Subin, Hyunin Kai and Yunjin in the longer coats. And then we have Pyeongkyu and Taeyeon in the crop jackets. And what I really love is how we have Subin in this woolly salt and pepper textured jacket. And it really ties into Taeyeon's. It's like he's got that similar salt and pepper, but it's been inverted, so it's darker, it's deeper. And then Pyeongkyu's leather jacket obviously tying into Yunjin's leather coat. And then the shearling trim on Yunjin's coat ties into that shearling texture of Hyunin Kai's coat. And then the outfits underneath have this beautiful smart casual vibe, and they really just support the coats and the jackets. The outerwear is the statement, but the outfits underneath, they're not like simple and plain and boring. Like there's detail to them. My favorite has to be Jung's. I love this single-breasted 3-button notch lapel charcoal grey suit that's been worn underneath. It's got quite a relaxed silhouette. But then I love when you see the close-up shots and he's wearing that knitted v-neck underneath. It just follows the neckline of the suit beautifully, and that knitted texture really works well with the wool of the suit, the leather of the coat, the shearling, like beautiful. We also need to take a moment for Pyeongkyu's leopard print shoes. Let's just zoom in. Give them their moment. As I said, 10 yellow hearts. Next up, a group that I'm not familiar with, ATBO. I feel like this is very plain, very simple, and looking at how young these members look, it just reads far too classic. There are some nice details, but I feel like there is a lack of cohesion, and like even the shoes are boring. Why? I feel like a really simple way to improve these looks and make them read more contemporary and youthful is to bring up the hem length of the jackets and then also put all of the members in a slim cut cropped trouser and style it with pairs of like really contemporary chunky shoes, just so we're getting a more youthful, playful style of formal wear instead of it being like classic, your dad going to the opera kind of vibe. Do you see what I'm saying? I do really like the collar and lapel detail on Oh Yeon-seok. He's got that notch lapel, single-breasted 2 buttons, and then they've like extended the notch lapel out, stepped slightly lower, and put it in that satiny fabric, so it really contrasts. However, I'm confused why he's got the red pocket square, and there's only one other member with the red pocket square. So it doesn't make sense. This is where the lack of cohesion starts. And then I believe it's Kim Young-kyu next to him on the left. Please correct me if I've got that wrong. But zooming in, his jacket is this jacquard fabric, and I don't see it. I'm literally just double checking. It's nowhere else on any of the other members. So why have we got one member in a jacquard fabric jacket? Why has it not been used elsewhere? There's a lack of cohesion, a lack of balance, and it's just far too simple for a group this youthful. This is 4 yellow hearts from me. Gomak Boys, individually, I like their looks. As a group, massive lack of cohesion. Kim Min-seok is giving us insanely classic event wear vibes. This is as classic as men's event wear can get. The shawl lapel tuxedo with that contrast satin trim, the wingtip collar shirt, the bow tie. Next to him, we have Jung Kwon, and again, very classic, the velvet jacket with the peak lapel and that contrast fabric. And then he's got that black ruffled shirt underneath, and I feel like the ruffled shirt adds a contemporariness to it, but I just really don't like the texture of it against the velvet. If you're gonna do velvet, let that be the main texture. I don't like how you've got that ruffled placket and it's like poking out and laying on top of that contrast lapel. It just, yeah, there's just something about it that I'm like, Third in from the left, we have Ha Hyun-sang, and this reads slightly more contemporary. He's got the skinny tie, the white shirt, and then he's got the coat over the top that slightly wraps, so it's giving us that more contemporary touch, but otherwise it's still very simple. And then on the end, we have Big Naughty. Big Naughty is being really fucking naughty here, and his look just steals the show. I'm obsessed. We'll be doing a full analysis on Big Naughty in just a moment. Gomak Boys, this is 6 yellow hearts from me. Moving on to Melomance, we've just spoke about Kim Min-seok, so let's talk about his duo, his partner, Jung Dong-hwan. Again, this is as classic as men's event wear can get. Jung Dong-hwan is wearing a wingtip collar shirt, and you can see it's got the pleats going down, which is probably in a bib shape. He's then got the black press studs that go through the shirt to fasten it up, and then he's got the bow tie. And then over the top, he's wearing that shawl lapel white tuxedo jacket. I do like the white on the white. However, I feel like the white jacket with the white lapel against the white shirt is a bit stark, and I think switching that lapel out to be black really would have finished this look off so much better, just because it kind of like fades too much into each other. You need that contrast when you're being photographed. I'm also not a fan of the turn back cuff. It's a very classic look, so why have we turned back the cuff? Just leave it being classic. We don't need to, you know, fuck about with it too much. Melomance, this is 7 yellow hearts from me. It's very cohesive, it's classic tailoring, but the styling is just a bit bog standard. Big Naughty, he is looking naughty. In my notes, I've written, I'm fucking obsessed. So that just sums it up really. Let's just finish that there. Let's move on. And when we think about how male idols usually dress on the red carpet, the upper body has all of the embellishment, whether that is sequins, crystals, brooches, etc. And then the trousers are kept quite plain. So this is the complete opposite of that. They've inverted it. The cropped single-breasted jacket, it is a plain fabric, and then we've got the embellishment that's been placed over the shoulders and it comes down to the chest. And I love that they've done this because it ties the whole outfit together. If this was a plain jacket, yes, it still would have worked, but adding just that touch of embellishment on the jacket that's been so carefully placed, it ties the whole look together. This has then been styled with a plain black shirt underneath, and that's been worn with a few buttons open. He's got the chain around the neck, and this styling in combination with the wet look hair, it just gives us a sexiness to the look. What's so amazing about this styling is that it just enhances the statement of the sequin trousers. It doesn't take away from it or underplay it. It's just perfectly done. This is 10 yellow hearts from me. Next to Big Naughty, we've got Kwon Young Yeol. The top half of this outfit is a 10 out of 10. The cropped single-breasted jacket, 5 buttons, and then all of the Chanel brooches going down the left side of his body. The placement of them, just amazing. And then underneath, he's got the crew neck jersey, letting the jacket do all of the work. The Chanel brooches, working hard for him. The bottom half of the outfit, I'm really unsure. I love the fact that we're getting something different. We're not getting all black or like, you know, just what you would expect from a K-pop red carpet. I like how he's pushing it a bit with the wide cut distressed jean. However, this is not the time and the place for a wide cut distressed jean. I think he should have gone for a pair of wide cut black trousers that had some kind of gold embellishment, whether it was a zip, a rivet, like real hardware details to tie into the brooches on the jacket. And the shoe, I fucking hate the shoe. This is not the time and the place for a creeper platform purple shoe. I apologise, but no to this shoe. Kwon Young Yeol gets 5 yellow hearts. Next up, ATBO. This is contemporary, but is sticking to that standard black and white K-pop red carpet vibe. I really love the silhouette that he's giving here. We've got the crop jacket. It's collarless and it's got this beautiful exaggerated shoulder, and I really love the texture of that white tweed. And you'll notice when you zoom in, the shirt underneath, it's got this beautiful silky pattern to it. So those two textures together work really well. The shirt's then been styled with a few buttons open and then this beautiful pearl necklace layered over the top, which looks amazing. The only thing for me is where we've got the white jacket over the white shirt and then the pearls are also white. I know there's a few black pearls in there. The top half of the outfit just looks a bit plain. I feel like we need to add something in, like some brooches or some jewelry that stands out more just to lift it. So for that reason, I'm gonna give this 7.5 yellow hearts. I feel like it just needs like that finishing touch. Lim Young Woong, I see what you're trying to do here. I see exactly what you're trying to do here, you cheeky bitch. This outfit is almost identical to his red carpet outfit from the Fact Music Awards. I see you. The cut of the blazer, single-breasted, 2 buttons, and it has a peak lapel, just like his Fact Music Awards blazer. And then he's wearing a very similar pussy bow tie around the neck, as he did at the Fact Music Awards. And at the Fact Music Awards, his blazer had this beautiful gold fleck to it. The pussy bow shirt underneath had this gold stripe against the black. So it just had a bit more going on. This is like the very plain, simple version of it. And I just don't understand why you've worn, I'm saying you've as if I'm like talking to him directly. I don't understand why Lim Young Woong is wearing an almost identical look at like the next big red carpet event. It just doesn't make sense. Like you could have saved this for a bit later on when people would have forgot. I wouldn't have forgot those. It's a nice look, it's chic. I like how it's contemporary. It's a bit different to what we've seen other men wearing on the red carpet. So I'm gonna give this 7 yellow hearts, but you cheeky, I see what you're up to. I just need to take a big sigh for this next look because wow, StayC, let's not beat around the bush. This is a mess. A mess. You know when you like don't even want to unpack something? Like I sat for so long looking at this, making notes, and I was just like, I just don't even want to. Like, what has their stylist done? Stylist, I'm talking to you directly. What have you done? Where do we start with this? Let's start with Sian and the plaid loafer, the over-the-knee leg warmers that's then been worn over the top of the light denier tight. This is even worse than the crime against SSERAFIM Sakura when she was wearing the chunky black heel with the Nike sock at the Fact Music Awards. This has topped that, and I'm deeply offended. But, oh no, we didn't stop there. We had to take it further and really just put the cherry on top with Sian's look and give her this plaid baker boy hat that's like 10 sizes too big for her head. This poor girl. And I feel like when you look at this group look as a whole, you can see the concept that they were trying to go for. I feel like they were trying to give us this late 90s, early 2000s vibe with the Burberry check. I don't know if it is Burberry. I don't really want to put Burberry's name to this. But yeah, the Burberry check, the baker boy hats, the tie on Issa worn over the top of her outfit. But it doesn't go with the outfit at all. It doesn't make any sense together. I believe it's Yoon, second in from the right. Sorry if I've got that wrong. I'm not familiar with StayC. The outfit, first of all, it doesn't work together, but it's not cohesive with the other members. We have this off-the-shoulder cardigan that is frilly, which it's fine. It fits with like the era of what they're trying to do, but it doesn't tie into any of the other members. And then the skirt with like the ruffled thong style cutout, just no. And then the length of it is really awkward with the boot because it just completely cuts her legs off. You should understand body proportions as a stylist. And yeah, that's as far as I got with unpacking StayC's look. I didn't want to delve in any deeper. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And you know what? I'm not even going to talk about the fucking opaque tights with the mid-calf boot. I will not. This is 3 yellow hearts from me, and I think this is potentially the lowest score I've ever given in a K-pop red carpet review. Back to a more positive note, we have SSERAFIM. This set of looks absolutely slaps, and I have high expectations of SSERAFIM. Your group has a fashion concept, so you need to be serving it up. Straight away we see balance. We have Chaewon and Sakura in the shorter cuts, and then the other 3 members in longer cuts. I wish Yeonjin's dress was the same length as Kazuha's and Eunchae's, just so it was like really balanced. But I do really love Yeonjin's dress, the high neck, the strong shoulder, how it comes all the way to the floor. It's just very slick, very sleek. Chaewon's look, also giving us slick, sleek vibes. And I like how she's got these very subtle cutouts at the waist, and the length of the dress works really well with the length of the boot. Kazuha, I love the silhouette. The sleek mock neck sweater tucked into the skirt, and then how it's been finished with those light denier socks, and then she's got the stiletto with that touch of gold across the toe that ties into the gold buttons on Eunchae's. I do wish the skirt was a different fabric though, just because it is leather, but none of the other members are wearing leather, so it just stands out on its own a bit too much. But it still works, different textures of black and all, but you know, it's just these small touches that would like really amp up the cohesion. Sakura's look has to be my favorite. The double-breasted 6-button blazer with the covered buttons, and then she's got that really wide peak lapel in that contrast fabric. And then we get to see the flash of the skirt peeking out from underneath the blazer. And we have seen a very similar look on Kepler's Huning Bahia, where she had the same blazer with the little peak of skirt coming out, but the fastening style was completely different and the strappy shoe gave it a completely different vibe. Personally, I prefer it here just because I prefer this blazer, the wide lapel, the buttons, like it's just got this like 90s-ish kind of vibe to it, and how it's been styled with the light denier tight. I'm still not a fan of this chunky shoe. This is the chunky shoe that she wore to the Fact Music Awards. At least it's not been styled with that Nike stock here, but I beg, someone please go out and buy her the Versace heels that I mentioned in that video. It's like this sexy version of these shoes. And even look at Eunchae's shoe. She's the youngest member of the group and she's got a sexier shoe on than Sakura. And finishing off with Eunchae, she looks incredible in this dress. The cut of it really hits her on all the right points, and it's still quite conservative even though it's very like figure hugging, and the details of the gold button, the styling of the light denier socks with that sexy heel, it really works. The only thing I would change is the white thrill on the sleeve. It doesn't work with the look, it's not needed, and it doesn't tie into anyone else's, and it just reads a bit like maid costume with the frill. Like the frill just makes you think of that, doesn't it? So you just want to like, well, I mean, I literally just want to like rip it fuck off. Anyway, 8.5 yellow hearts for SSERAFIM. This set looks slaps. Moving on to another girl group, we have NewJeans, and I'm confused why NewJeans, I believe, were the only artists to step onto the red carpet in their stage outfits. I don't understand why that is. I'm really not sure how I feel about this set of looks. I want to like it because it's NewJeans. However, I feel like this set of looks just isn't suited for the red carpet. I really like this set of looks for their performance of Cookie. It looked great on stage, the different textures, the ski boots, it was cute, but just for the red carpet, I feel like these looks read too casual, and as red carpet looks, there's a lack of cohesion within the silhouettes. The only thing that pulls these looks together are the amazing ear cuffs that all the members have. And then we can argue, you know, that the boots on Minji, Haein and Danielle tie together, but I'm unsure. This is 5 yellow hearts from me. It's just, they're not red carpet looks. It's a very casual stage look that worked for that performance, but if you're going to be putting stage looks on the red carpet, you really need to strike that balance of where it works for both, and it doesn't. And finally, Monsta X. I've been told off previously for saying Monsta X, and I'm British, leave me alone, okay? I believe this is my first time reviewing a Monsta X red carpet look, and I'm seriously impressed. You guys know this is just my vibe. Like, when I say seriously impressed, I mean like one of my favorite looks from the MMAs 2022. First of all, the cohesion is just on point. The members are all wearing the same silhouette, the crop jackets, the slim cut trousers, and there are a few styling differences. For example, Hyungwon and Ju Honey on the left and the right, underneath their crop jackets, they're both wearing waistcoats, whereas the other members are wearing shirts. And Hyungwon's has to be my favorite look. I love the cut of the waistcoat and how it comes in towards the waist, so it really highlights his waist with that crop jacket. And then the trousers have this leather cummerband detail around the top, and by taking something that is a very classic accessory in men's event wear and actually tying it into the pair of trousers, it's just the kind of thing I love in men's fashion, when you reinvent a classic and make it this contemporary. So I'm just drooling all over this. Kihyun's look, I have 2 words. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. When you look at this outfit front on, it looks like a tailcoat, and it's only when I was watching the video of them leaving the red carpet I saw that it wasn't. And I love that from the front it's giving us this very classic men's event wear silhouette, the tailcoat. And then when you see him leaving, you can see that he's actually wearing a crop jacket, and then they've sewn the fabric into his trousers, so it's giving us an almost skirt kind of vibe, and it falls asymmetrically. So it just, the fact that it gives you like one look from the front and then he turns from the back and it gives you like a completely different look, it's just really clever. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's my take on it. And with Kihyun's look as well, his shirt is pleated and it's cropped. So again, we're taking a classic menswear shirt for event wear, we're cropping it, we're making it contemporary, and it really works with the styling. Minhyuk's look, I love how the collar's been styled open and worn over the top of the collar of the jacket. It gives a beautiful contrast. The open shirt collar's then been finished with the pearl and chain necklace, which really flatters the neckline. My favourite detail of Minhyuk's outfit though is the deconstructed shirt cuffs that fall freely away from the shirt. It just adds a beautiful contrast to the look. IM's look, this is incredibly sexy. I love how when he turns to walk off the carpet, you can see that the panel in the back of his jacket is lace, so you can see through it, and it wraps around and comes to the center front in this diagonal kind of shape. And you can see the white shirt peeking through underneath, styled with the open collar shirt. Like, it's just sexy. And the drama of the embellishment and how it lights up underneath the flashing lights of the cameras as they step on and off the red carpet. It's drama, but it's sophisticated. And what I love about these looks is just how intricate they are, and it fits into the black and white aesthetic of the K-pop red carpet vibe, but this isn't tailoring that you can go and purchase anywhere. These aren't looks that you can just, you know, like pop anywhere and buy like you can with classic tailoring. And that's why I appreciate these looks so much more, because of the craftsmanship, the level of design that goes into them. Is taking men's tailoring and thinking outside of the usual box. And as someone that's, you know, studied to be a menswear designer, worked in the menswear industry, like, this is just the shit that's like so special to me, because it's just so easy to be like, oh, here's a single-breasted jacket. Every brand does it. Anyway, 10 out of 10 yellow hearts from me for Monsta X. Monsta X. I just can't help it, my British accent's just too strong. My favourite female idol look has to be I-DLE. This was just such an amazing set of looks, and oh my god, their performance. That was insane. And my favourite male idol look, Monsta X, and Big Naughty, and TXT. I just can't decide. And I like how if you put like Big Naughty's look with Monsta X, like that would 100% tie in. You remember? And my least favourite, I'm sure you can guess, StayC. This was just a mess. I'm not even going to talk about it. Please let me know in the comments what your favourite and least favourite looks are. But thank you so much for watching. A massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed. You are the best. And I'll see you guys in my next video.